I remember we had to beg you to launch a course. We're like, Besh, can you please launch a course? We'll buy it.
Geraldine, just kind of tell me a bit about your background and kind of how you got started with Facebook ads and kind of where you were, 12 months ago.
Yeah, so I come from a corporate background. So I was working for Fortune 500 companies before I started my own business. I've been working with Facebook ads for about 3 years now. And I launched, I actually joined your course about a year ago or something, like the very first session, basically.
And what's kind of cool is to see where you've gone in terms of confidence levels, if not anything else. Obviously, your business has grown and you're able to kind of take on more work, actually grow your team as well. So kind of tell me about kind of how you were with Facebook ads before you got involved with the program.
Before I went into your course, I was really, really stressed, I have to say. And I was probably quite close from burning out from the stress and, working with contractors. And I was also struggling with that. So it just made a big difference.
Absolutely. It is amazing that it's almost like the Matrix. Once you get the data and you're like, oh, right, that makes sense. That's how it works. And then you can kind of make the right decisions and make them faster and more consistently as well. And then, also, once you've made the change or, whatever you've kind of done with the account or the ads, what good looks like, what bad looks like as well.
The fact that the group is there, actually, you keep your ears out and you see what's going on. You're like, okay, well, this is what they're doing. Maybe we should also get ready. So like just bouncing off ideas and I mean, of course, there's your support, but I found the people in the group super helpful as well. I mean, you can always jump in and ask a question, and a super technical question. What I also really like about this group is that the level is so high. I'm not going to get some random stuff, some random person who's never really done Facebook ads or just managing small budget, jumping in and giving me some advice. And I'm like, wow, is this guy really know what he's talking about? Or like, well, I'm not sure that stuff doesn't sound legit. I know that if I go into the group, first there's you, but there's also everyone else. And there's some really big e-com people in that group, and people are managing really high budget as well. So I do feel safe about the advice that is given out there.
Absolutely. And everyone's going through the same training. They've either been through it and learned, or they're still going through it. So I think it's really cool that, what you said about sharing that knowledge. Honestly, it makes me feel proud that I can see everyone using the same terminology I use and the ideas and stuff. And then they're teaching it to others as well, which is so empowering. It really is.
Yeah, and I really love that. And it's a super nice group. There's no snarkiness. There's no look at all the crazy result that I'm getting. I mean, there's no one that's trying to act like a guru. There is no one that is, showing off with their ad account. I mean, we don't have time for this, first. And this is not the type of people that are in your group. And first, I think it's because you're not like that. So you don't attract that kind of people. And that was one of the main reasons also why I joined your course, is because it just didn't sound, I'm saying it out loud, but it wasn't bullshit. You're not speaking bullshit. You're not trying to be salesy or anything. I remember we had to beg you to launch a course. We're like, Besh, can you please launch a course? We'll buy it. I definitely did immediately.
And I remember, like, when you first joined the group, you were actually hesitant to share because you felt intimidated. Like, I don't want to share questions. People are going to be almost laughing at you. But you actually broke through that and you benefit massively as well.
No, yeah, I do remember that when I joined the group and also when I started with the course, I'm like, oh my God, I know nothing about Facebook ads. Like that stuff sounds to be really out there and such a higher level than any course that because I bought quite a few Facebook ads course before, so I can compare. And it was like the levels seemed so much higher. It was just actually a matter to really get into it and start implementing. And of course, then I realized that, okay, now I get it. But I do remember feeling intimidated at first. I'm like, oh my God, like the Pesh and all those people, am I really legit in that group? And yeah, definitely, because this is a super safe group as well in terms of personality. No one's there to judge you. There's no stupid questions. And then when I started realizing, like, you know what, we're getting results that are really legit and we're at the same level. So yeah, we belong in that group.
So final question, how long would you think roughly it took you to get a return on investment on your investment on the course? Because this is something which people also look at, and I completely understand. I bought courses, I pay for coaching, I pay for mentoring, significant numbers, like way more than people earn in a year. But I've done that to advance myself. And some people are kind of in the mindset of they're sinking money, and others are in the kind of investment mindset. But the biggest thing is like, how quickly can you actually get a return on it?
I think for me, I would say return on investment in two things. The first thing, of course, is financial. And the second thing is in terms of how I manage my business. I would say if I look at how I manage my business, the return on investment was within a week. because within a week I was able, like, I remember sending you that snapshot, you know, and then you said, this is what I'm looking at. And we went through it together. And I'm like, okay, immediately I knew what do I need to cut? What do I need to scale with confidence? That was the main thing. So that really changed a lot of things immediately for me. And then I went through the course, of course. But when I talk about confidence, then it had an impact on my baseline, because now when I talk to clients, and I'm actually feeling much more secure, and I grew more confident because I know that, you know, I was delivering the results. I know what I was doing. I could also talk about it in a more professional way, let's say. So let's say that I would say within a month, I probably hit another client and probably signed them up just because of the sheer confidence that I was showing, because we had a system, we knew what we were talking about. I was able to explain the graduation strategy with terms, of course, that they would understand. And I'm pretty sure that they're very much played into my sales pitch as well. So I'd say, yeah, probably within a month, I had covered the cost of the course just by signing a new client.